So you're watching the National Sandbag News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. We're here at the Soboba Casino in San Jacinto, California for the 2017 April Fuels Day event. We're getting ready for Top Fuel Q4, fourth qualifying session of the weekend for these cars. So Top Fuel coming out next. Looks like Matthew Ludlow is going to be out first. And the Coldwater Kid Top Fuel Dragster out of Litchfield Park, Arizona. Sponsored by Arizona Air Compressors and FS Curtis. So we just finished up the final qualifying session in Top Eliminator. I posted up the final order on our Facebook page, but Ron DeArtney is your #1 qualifier heading into race day. He recorded a 2.954 on the 295 index, 4th out away from perfect. So congratulations to Ron DeArtney and the Red Warrior team, and your number one qualifier this weekend in Top Eliminator. Paul Taylor is #2. He ran on 297. Mark Whitmore was 3 thousandths behind Paul, and he'll be your #3 qualifier. And Billy Morris will round out the top half of the field with a 298. So I believe Jeff Liston's #5 with a 303, and on down the list. Be sure to check our Facebook page for the full final qualifying order for Top Eliminator. So we had Top Fuel, Top Alcohol, Top Eliminator. Top Fuel, Top Alcohol, and Fast Fours left tonight. Top Eliminator already ran, and Pro Mod also ran. So we're gonna be live till the end of this tonight. Top Fuel, Top Alcohol, and Fast Fours left to go for their final qualifying session of the weekend. So looks like we're gonna have a side-by-side pair. It's gonna be Matthew Ludlow in the Coldwater Kid Top Fuel Dragster against Dennis Wright. Dennis in the Hammer Down Addicted to Nitro Top Fuel Dragster out of Carlsbad, California. The whole team over there. Follow the aircraft care team. So these are your #2 and #3 qualifiers at the moment. Ludlow ran a 237 best so far, and Dennis ran a 244. So they're getting ready to fire up here. The Top Fuel final qualifying session of the weekend. So just to recap, we're 300-foot sand drag racing here at the Soboba Casino in San Jacinto, California. You're watching the National Sandbag News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. So the Coldwater Kid team is cleared. Hammer Down team is in the process of getting the starter hooked up. And we'll be ready to burn some nitro here in just a second. Ludlow, 298's the number, 75 miles an hour. Yeah, something happened out there. I'm not sure if it broke a blower belt or something definitely turned loose down there about 60 foot out. So 298 for Matthew Ludlow. Team will go back and check everything over, check the data over. Unfortunately, Dennis Reich was not able to make the pass. He idled up to the line and they saw something that didn't look good and shut her off. So we're going to tow Dennis's car off and go back, figure out what happened, and they'll be ready for eliminations tomorrow. So it'll be Matthew Ludlow and Dennis Reich will be facing off first round tomorrow, and Marcus Norris will have to bye in top fuel eliminations. Could be wrong. It appears they are backing the motor down in Dennis's car, so they are going to attempt to start it again and make a pass. Not sure what happened with Dennis there, but apparently it was something minor, and they're going to refire it. So a big thank you to everybody tuning in on the NSDN live stream tonight, done by Good Vibrations Motorsports. Watching the final top fuel qualifying session of the weekend. So they're going to clear the cylinders there, make sure there's no residual nitro in the cylinders. And then they will start it up. So I believe we're just waiting for the track to clear. And Dennis is going to make his pass. And it looks like the Motorsport Safety Solutions team is going back to their position at the top end, and we're getting ready for the hammer down top fuel dragster. There was no hook here today, but you know what? That was a pass. Oh no! Unfortunately, we don't have a time on that one. Not sure what happened down there, but looks like he made the turn fine, so no problem shutting down. But 1.40 was the ET on the scoreboard, so unfortunately something chipped the finish line games before Dennis got there, and we do not have a time. Wow, that is unfortunate, because that looks like that was definitely a 220 pass, somewhere in the 20 range. Wow. So it looks like Dennis got shut down okay. I didn't see any chutes out down there, so but yeah, he made the turn down there. So unfortunately, Dennis will stay in the number 3 qualifying position heading into race day. next up will be Marcus Norris in the Pat Norris Racing Top Fuel Dragster. So to recap, you're watching the National Sandway News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. Big shout out to all of our sponsors of the coverage this weekend. Good Vibrations Motorsports, Southern California OTR Recycling, Mr. Greg Tunga, our friends at Rialto Trophy, Todd and Tricia Kinney. We want to thank the fine folks at the SCSDA for all they're doing to put on this awesome race this weekend. We also want to give a big thanks to Hammer Down Racing and Mr. Dennis Wright. Morris Family Racing, Rick, Billy, Shelley, the whole Morris family. Fast Track Construction, Mark Munoz. MPC Racing, Mark Ratliff. And Kevin Williams Racing for all of their support to make this coverage possible. So, all's good there. We had a little bit of a scary incident earlier with Larry Snow in top eliminator qualifying. Throttle hung open on him past the finish line, and the car stayed at partial throttle for a long way down there. But with the long shutdown area here at the Soboba Casino, Larry was able to get the car stopped safe and sound, and no damage to Larry or the car. We're happy to have a good outcome on that deal. So we're cleaning the jack up for Marcus Norris and the Worldwide Insurance Specialist Top Fuel Dragster. So let's see what kind of comments we got here. Good to see our friend Lionel out of Las Vegas checking in, part of the Motorsport Safety Solutions team. Oh boy. Super Dave's watching NHRA at the same time. There you go. That's some multitasking. Chad, yeah, the smell-o-vision. Yeah, when Coldwater Kid Matthew made his pass, the nitro was thick in the air. It was some good stuff. So be sure to check out Good Vibrations Motorsports at goodvibesracing.com. Check them out on Facebook at Good Vibrations Motorsports. Yeah, Todd, Larry Snow had the throttle hang open on him, and he was able to get the car shut down without a problem. The long shutdown here. He had been going at a pretty good clip before he got shut off, but he went way long down there, and thankfully he got stopped before the fence, and so we're glad that Larry Snow is A-OK, and the lap dance buggy will be ready for tomorrow. So we're starting to build an audience here on the NSDN live stream tonight. Where's everybody from? Get ready for the next Top Fuel car to hit the chat. So to finish off the night, we've got Top Fuel, Top Alcohol, and Fast Fours. The Pro Gambler class finished up. I posted the final round video in the Facebook feed. David Den Hartog with the blown alcohol altered got the job done. He got around Penny Hayes in the final round of the Pro Gambler. So congratulations to David, his dad Greg, and the whole Den Hartog family, and quite a win there in the Pro Gambler class. Oh, let's see, we got Blue Collar Firearms checking in, Mr. Todd Kinney. Eric Hickey out of Vegas. Unfortunately, the Hickey Racing team, they're unable to get their brand new to them blown alcohol buggy out on the track this weekend. I believe they were here but had some problems, and we can't wait to see them back on track again at the next one. That's a cool ride that they bought. It has a lot of history in sandbags, and really a crowd pleaser. There's no doubt about that. So wow, we got a rowdy crowd over there on the other side tonight. Looks like they're throwing some shirts or something into the crowd. Very cool. Really nice spectator turnout this weekend. Got a lot of folks down, a lot of folks along the fence line over there. A lot of folks over here on this side of the track as well. So really a well-attended event this weekend. No, I am not kidding, Super Dave. Dave Den Hartog won the Pro Gambler tonight. He had a string of consistent 360 laps and got the job done. Great to hear, Eric, that the Hickey team will be back. So it appears to me like the Norris team is towing their car back to the trailer. So it doesn't look like Marcus Norris is going to make his pass in this session. So we're either going to be up to the Fast Fours or the Top Alcohol class. Got our good friend Mr. Dan the Man Beard over there on the mic. See him in the red shirt across the track. Bear with me here for a second, guys. You may see some extra shakiness with the camera here for the next few seconds as I plug the phone back in. Okay. Hey. We're back. There we go. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. We'll give a shout out to Team Proformance Prototypes from old KW Racing. Home of some of the fastest ATVs on the planet. Setting records back there in Michigan. So we're gonna send some cars out here in a second. Norris team did tow back to the trailer, so they're not gonna make a pass with the fuel car. They'll be your #1 qualifier heading into race day, so they'll have the round 1 bye tomorrow afternoon. And then Dennis Reich will race Matthew Ludlow. Whoa, Fast Fours time. Here I'm starting up around the corner. Currently your #1 qualifier in the Fast Fours class is Chris Loffer in the Sandhater VW Paradise ride, day 277. So it'll be your #1 qualifier, Chris Loffer, over in the far side. He'll be facing off with Daniel King in the Animal Control dragster. With Daniel and his grandfather DL. In the last session, currently your #4 qualifier. couple of nice passes there. Daniel King in the near lane went 2.90 at 104 miles an hour. Chris Lawfer goes 282 at 109. Both cars launched really good. Mile an hours were down a little bit on both sides, but solid A to B pass for both teams. So let's get ready for the next pair in the Fast Fours final qualifying session of the weekend. See if anybody can improve on their numbers. That last pass was no improvement for Daniel King or Chris Lawfer. Both had better runs earlier in the weekend. Placing Robert Skidmore, Phoenix-based Skidmore Racing Team. Will be here in the near lane. Weekend out in that ride. Your husband Mike, longtime four-cylinder sandbag racer. Sally, your first time behind the wheel. She's done a very nice job progressing through her licensing classes this weekend. Robert Skidmore, for Robert Skidmore, 286 at 116, 342 for Sally Rasmussen. So 286 for Skidmore, and a 342 for Sally Rasmussen. That was Sally's best pass of the weekend by quite a bit as she makes her first appearance out here. And Skidmore, he's a little slower than his best pass of the weekend. So no improvement for the Skidmore team. Yeah, I agree with you, Lionel. Let's give a big shout out to our friend we lost recently, Mr. Mark Eckert. He was a longtime West Coast sandbag racer and a big time supporter of the sport. He always came out and he raced for a while. And even after he sold his Jeep off, he came out and visited his sandbag family and crewed for Pedro Villa on the Express Top Alcohol team. And we just want to mention our good buddy, and we miss him out here this weekend. But condolences to the Eckert family, and he will certainly be missed. That's for sure, Lionel. We will definitely not forgive him from our guy. He's one of a kind. Alright, so we'll continue on with the Fast Fours class. It's going to be Lance K out of Hawaii, the Crazy Coconut, over here in the near lane. Up against Mario Tavares in the outer entry. And your numbers on that one, a 311 for Mario Tavares. He had a good launch, but the car shut off early. I'm not sure what happened down there. 3.30 for Lance from the Hawaii team. Best pass of the weekend. Qualifying for them. I believe they ran a 311 on a test pass, but 3:30 for Lance Day and 3:11 for Super Mario Tavares. And that'll do it for Fast Fours qualifying. Chris Lawfer stays number 1 with a 2.77. So all that should be left is Top Alcohol. Final qualifying session of the weekend from Top Alcohol cars. Not sure how many of them are electing to run this session, but Top Alcohol Q4 is coming up next. You heading out for the night? Are you coming back tomorrow?
I don't think so.
Gotcha. Thanks, guys.
Yep. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good, Randy. So they are cleaning the track up, and we'll come back with Top Alcohol, final qualifying session of the weekend. You're watching the National San Diego News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. Be sure to check them out at goodvibesracing.com or at Good Vibrations Motorsports on Facebook. Be sure to check out National San Diego News at nationalsandiegonews.com for all San Diego related information. Top alcohol still. Top alcohol still. Yeah. Yep, still got top alcohol waiting back there to go. There should be a couple more cars left. There's tractors. See them down there. So we should be at it with our final runs of the night here in just a moment. We will be back tomorrow with more coverage. We'll try to do some live streaming during eliminations. First round eliminations for the heads-up classes is about noon, so we'll have quite a bit of live streaming tomorrow between the heads-up classes and the pro bracket action. So in the afternoon on, we'll have quite a bit. So be sure to follow National San Diego News, subscribe to our updates, and make sure to turn on your live video notifications so that you'll be alerted every time we go live. Give a shout out to Mr. Neil Rideout out there, the ace photographer himself. He's watching the live stream on his phone right there, Mr. Neil Rideout. So great to have Neil out here. Be sure to check out Neil Rideout Photography on Facebook. He's got some awesome shots. And you can go there and purchase photos from right here at the Southern California San Diego Association events. Out himself, the man, the myth, the legend. Oh yeah, he's watching. So the tractors are coming back, and we're getting ready for Top Alcohol. Currently your number 1 qualifier is Jim Hammond. He's sitting on his 251 from yesterday. Number 2 is Jake Morton. He ran a 257. Number 3 is Chris Barlow with 258 and Derek Dalcunis at a 283. Jimmy DePass, he ran a 328 on his earlier Top Alcohol pass, but it looked like he had some pretty major engine damage at the other end of the track, so unfortunately, whoa, hey, check this out, guys. Neil Rideout's got a photo here of the Coldwater Kid car. Just passed here a little while ago. Check that photo out, that's awesome. Great shot. Wow. Look at that, man. Awesome photos from you. Yeah. Neil Rideout Photography. Check him out on Facebook. What's your website, Neil? Do you have a... What's your...
NeilRideoutPhotography.com.
NeilRideoutPhotography.com. Be sure to check him out. He's got some awesome photos from all the SCSDA events. So here we go. It's going to be the number 1 and the number 3 qualifier making a hit here. I believe these are the only 2 cars in the lane, so this will be our last pair of the night. Okay, Jim Hammond in the far lane out of Ontario, California. In the April's Dream Top Alcohol Dragster. He's going to be facing off with Chris Barlow in the Chris Barlow Racing Full Shot Performance Engines Top Alcohol Dragster. Chris ran a best of a 258 qualifying so far, and Jim is your number 1 qualifier over on the far side with a 251 best. No Super Dave Chris did not try nitrous yet because they don't have the nitrous set up on the motor yet. So he's been on all motor this weekend and ran a 309, a 310. So pretty impressive for the Northwest-based V8 buggy. Jim Hammond and Chris Barlow getting after it. Top alcohol qualifying. We wrap up the evening here at the Soboba Casino in San Jacinto, California with Southern California Sand Drag Association. Give them the signal to start. Unfortunately, Chris Barlow rolled through the beams and stage fell there, so no time for Chris, but 258 at 140 for Jim Hammond, 258, and Jim will remain your number 1 qualifier here at Top Alcohol Soboba Casino in San Jacinto, California. So that's all, folks, for tonight. You've been watching the National Sand Drag News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. We'll be here all weekend. Check back with us.